Many people run into the same situation. The indicator is set, the entry point is found, the trade is open, price moves in the opposite direction. Then it happens again and again. After a few days, it may start to feel as though indicators are nothing more than a visual decoration on a chart with no practical value. At that point, many conclude that tools like these are misleading and do not deliver results. However, the real picture goes much deeper. By the end of this video, it will become clear why some traders use the same tools effectively for years, while others, they stop producing results after just a few days. In practice, the problem is almost never the indicators themselves. Key issue is how the trader uses these tools. Most often, the reason is the absence of a clear system. But before we move on to the reasons why indicators really fail to produce the expected results for most people, if you want to do more than just watch educational videos and actually understand the market in real time, join the live streams on the Pocket Broker channel. During these streams, you will see the logic behind the decisions, not just the outcome. They're very important. They break down entry selection, position sizing, and risk parameters. They also show you why sometimes the right decision is to pass on a trade. These live sessions take place twice a week, on Thursdays and Sundays. The recordings are saved in a separate stream section. The link is in the description and pinned below the video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss new breakdowns. Now let us move on to the main part. You will also get access to a community made up of people who are actually genuinely interested in systematic growth in trading. Now let us get to the core of it. The first reason many people come to the conclusion that indicators do not work is that most traders do not know how to follow a strategy consistently. At first glance, this may seem surprising, but this is exactly where the main problem begins. A person finds a strategy, sees a few successful examples, and starts applying it on the chart. But after just a few trades, the rules start getting broken. Sometimes an entry is made earlier than the system allows. Sometimes there is a desire to artificially speed up the process. Sometimes actions are added that were never part of the strategy to begin with. As a result, the strategy gradually turns into a set of improvisations. And in that situation, any tool starts producing chaotic results, not because the tool itself is poor, but because the system has effectively stopped existing. The second reason is incorrect indicator settings. You see, many people overlook the fact that most indicators were created for specific market conditions, different timeframes, different assets, and different volatility, which require different parameters. When someone simply copies settings from another person's video or a random post without understanding the logic behind it, the tool starts behaving unpredictably. You see, an indicator is a mathematical model that analyzes price. If its parameters do not match the current market environment, the model either starts lagging or reacting too early. This is why simply installing an indicator is not enough. What matters is understanding exactly what it measures and under what conditions it performs most accurately. The third reason is the lack of risk management. This is the factor that most often remain outside traders' awareness. You see, many people are focused on finding the perfect entry point, but at the same time, they hardly think about what will happen if the market moves in the opposite direction. And that is normal part of any work in the market. No strategy can deliver 100% accuracy. It is impossible to create a system in which every trade ends with a positive result. Even professional traders go through losing streaks. The difference is that for them, every trade has a predefined risk limit. When risk is under control, a series of losing trades does not destroy the system. It becomes part of the statistical model. That is why position sizing and the structure of entries play a much more important role than the indicators themselves. When these three elements come together, indicators begin to perform their real function. Clear strategy rules, proper tool settings, reasonable risk control. Indicators do not predict the future. They help structure the market. They help traders make decisions based on recurring patterns. Yes, not every trade will close in green, and that is completely normal. What matters most is not the outcome of one specific trade. What matters most is how the system performs over time. Now, if you watch the streams on the channel, you will see real examples of how different indicators are applied in specific market situations. If an approach with clear rules and risk control resonates with you, join the Pocket Broker live streams. We break down the market in real time and show the logic behind intraday decisions. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. Check out the recordings of past streams in the description to get familiar with the format. And remember that any trading in financial markets involves risk. Use the information provided as educational material and make decisions with the level of risk you're comfortable with. You see, in trading, the main question is not whether an indicator works. The main question is whether the system is used within works. See you again soon.